Imagine this. Imagine this. You wake up, grab your coffee, step into your driveway, and instead of a car with wheels, you board a sleek flying vehicle that lifts off vertically, skipping traffic jams, and taking you across the city in minutes. It sounds like science fiction, right? Something from the Jetsons or Back to the Future. But here we are, in 2026, and flying cars, or as the industry prefers to call them, advanced air mobility vehicles, are no longer just ideas on paper. Companies are building them. Governments are making regulations. Investors are pouring billions into this industry. But how close are we, really, to making flying cars a mainstream reality? Is 2026 the year we finally see them in our skies, or is the dream still a decade away? In today's video, we'll explore the truth about flying cars and urban air mobility. We'll look at who's leading the race, the technology making it possible, the challenges that still stand in the way, and whether you might ride in one within the next few years. 1. The history of the flying car dream. Before we dive into 2026, let's rewind. The idea of flying cars isn't new. In fact, it's nearly a century old. Back in the 1930s and 40s, inventors started experimenting with vehicles that could drive on roads and also take to the skies. The most famous early attempt was the Aerocar in 1949, which could detach wings and fly like a small plane. It even received FAA certification, but it never became commercially viable. Fast forward to the 1980s and 90s, popular culture fueled the hype. From Back to the Future's DeLorean to cartoons like the Jetsons, society imagined a world where highways in the sky would replace traffic jams. But again, technology wasn't there yet. The difference today is real progress. With electric propulsion, lightweight batteries, AI-driven flight control, and vertical takeoff technology, what once looked impossible is finally feasible. That's why 2026 feels like a tipping point, not just imagination, but implementation. 2. The state of flying cars in 2026. So, where are we today? By 2026, multiple companies have prototypes, some already conducting flight tests, and a few are pushing for certification. Joby Aviation, USA, one of the leaders, Joby has been testing electric vertical takeoff and landing vehicles, eVTOLs. Their goal is to launch air taxi services in select U.S. cities by the late 2020s. Archer Aviation, USA, partnered with United Airlines, they're developing the Midnight aircraft designed for short urban hops. Lilium, Germany, their jet-powered eVTOL uses multiple duct fans for efficiency and range, targeting Europe and beyond. EHang, China. Already ahead with pilot projects, EHang has tested autonomous passenger drones in multiple cities and even secured approvals for limited operations. Aleph Aeronautics, USA, recently gained FAA approval for road driving and flight testing, making it closer to a true, flying car that transitions between driving and flying. In 2026, we're seeing the first wave of certifications, partnerships with airlines, and city-level planning for urban air mobility networks. But don't expect skies full of flying cars yet. Most programs are still in testing or limited trial phases. Think of it like the early 2000s with electric cars, exciting progress, but not mass adoption. 3. The technology behind flying cars. Flying cars rely on a combination of several advanced technologies. 1. Electric propulsion, eVTOL. Instead of noisy helicopters, these vehicles use multiple electric rotors or fans, making them quieter, safer, and more efficient. 2. Vertical takeoff and landing. No need for long runways, these vehicles can lift straight up, perfect for urban environments. 3. Battery advancements. Modern lithium-ion and solid-state batteries provide the range and power density needed for short urban flights. 4. AI and autonomous flight. Future flying cars won't require every passenger to be a pilot. Advanced autopilot systems and AI navigation will make flying accessible to ordinary people. 5. Lightweight materials. Carbon fiber composites and aerospace-grade alloys keep weight low while maintaining safety. Put together, these innovations create vehicles that look like a mix of a drone, a helicopter, and a sports car, futuristic, but functional. 4. The challenges holding back flying cars. Now, here's the big question: if the tech is ready, why aren't flying cars everywhere already? The truth is, there are major challenges. Regulation: governments and aviation authorities are cautious. Safety certification for passenger-carrying aircraft takes years. Regulators must rewrite air traffic laws to handle hundreds of small flying vehicles in urban skies. Safety and public trust. Flying cars need to prove they're safe. Unlike cars, a malfunction mid-flight could be fatal. Companies need years of testing to earn public trust. Noise and urban impact: even if they're quieter than helicopters, hundreds of flying taxis could add noise pollution to cities. Communities may push back. Infrastructure: we need vertiports, special landing and charging hubs. Cities must invest billions to build them. Battery limits: current batteries limit flight range to 20 to 50 miles in most prototypes. Long-distance flights require better energy density or hybrid systems. Cost: at first, rides will be expensive, think luxury air taxi, not affordable Uber. Mass adoption depends on costs dropping significantly. These challenges mean that while 2026 is a milestone, true mainstream adoption may take until the early 2030s. 5. The future of urban air mobility. So, what does the future look like? Experts believe flying cars will first appear as air taxis, not private vehicles. You'll book a ride through an app, like Uber or Lyft, and board at a nearby vertiport. They'll cover short city-to-city routes, like Manhattan to JFK Airport, in under 10 minutes. Long-term, flying cars could reshape how we live. Commutes that take hours by car could be cut to minutes by air. Cities could expand outward, as distance becomes less of a problem. Emergency services could also benefit: flying ambulances, disaster response, and rapid deliveries. By the 2030s, costs may drop enough for personal ownership, but air taxis will likely dominate the first decade of adoption. Think of it like commercial airlines: before private jets became common, airlines led the way. Flying cars will follow a similar path. So, how close are we in 2026 to flying cars? The honest answer: closer than ever, but not quite there yet. The technology exists. Companies are testing real prototypes. Governments are slowly creating the rules. But challenges in safety, infrastructure, and cost mean you won't see thousands of flying cars overhead this year. What you will see are more pilot projects, air taxi demos, and maybe even the first limited commercial services in select cities. In other words, the dream is no longer fiction. It's real, it's happening, and within the next decade, you may book your first flying car ride. What do you think? Are flying cars the future of transport, or just another hype cycle? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for more future mobility updates. The sky is no longer